Hey, Copites, how we doing? So, it's Cup final day. It's the day where we try and defend the trophy that we won last season in that epic win over Chelsea, where Gary Neville said Klopp's kids beat Chelsea's $1 billion team or something like that. So what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm going to do Liverpool Road to Wembley, and I'm also going to do the Newcastle Road to Wembley as well. So obviously we're going to start with Liverpool. So it says, Arne Slot's side have navigated all Premier League opposition in their defence of the trophy. Round 3 pitted the Reds against West Ham at Anfield, and they emulated the quarter-final clash of the previous campaign with a 5-1 victory. A hugely unfortunate Joel Quansah own goal actually gave the visitors the lead on the 21st minute, but Diogo Jota swiftly equalised with a close-range header from Federico Chiesa's assist. Liverpool then moved through the gears after the break as Jota sent them in front, and substitute Mohamed Salah increased the advantage with a quarter of an hour to go. Cody Gakpo found the net twice in quick succession during the closing stages after Edison Alvarez was dismissed for the Hammers and gave the scoreline an emphatic look. So yeah, that was a good game. That I enjoyed that. It was daft getting sent off in that game, Alvarez, because I thought West Ham were playing really well. And it says the Reds' reward was a late October trip to the south coast for a tricky-looking contest versus Brighton. Gakpo was at it again at the Amex Stadium, this time opening the scoring with a thunderous finish from the left-hand side a minute into the second half. What a fantastic strike that was from Cody Gakpo. The Dutchman doubled his team's lead soon after the hour mark, and though Brighton hit back twice through Simon Adingra and Tariq Lamptey, those efforts came either side of the Luis Diaz goal to ensure Liverpool advanced. The holders were subsequently returned back to the bottom of the country, having been paired with Southampton in the quarter-finals. Slot again shuffled his options and once more found the right solution as Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott each scored during the opening 45 minutes. Cameron Archer halved Southampton's deficit on the cusp of the hour mark, but the Reds saw out their narrow lead to march on to the last 4. Tottenham Hotspurs now stood in the way of a third League Cup final appearance in 4 seasons for the Reds, and Ange Postecoglou's side established a lead in the first of 2 legs. Lucas Berval's 86-minute finish at Tottenham Stadium, leaving the tie finally balanced. I don't think he should have been on the pitch, to be honest, to score that goal, but let's just carry on. Liverpool were unstoppable in the return fixture 4 weeks later, however, and Gakpo had wiped out Spurs' advantage by the half-hour interval. Slot's men took command, henceforth Salah's penalty early in the second period, supplemented by goals from Dominic Szoboszlai and Virgil van Dijk to allow fans thoughts to return to Wembley again. So that's Liverpool's road to Wembley. We probably know a lot of that, to be fair. But now I'm going to go on to Newcastle's. So as we know, this is a Liverpool channel, but it's a cup final special. So let's see what it says about Newcastle. So it says, the Magpies' journey to the final included 1 game more than Liverpool's, as they entered the competition at the second round stage in August. A tough task it was too, with Eddie Howe's team visiting Nottingham Forest for a match that ended 1-1 after Jota Silva cancelled out Joe Willock's first half goal for the away side. Newcastle prevailed 4-3 in the penalty shootout to set up a meeting with AFC Wimbledon, who were seen off 1-0 at St James's Park thanks to a Fabian Schär penalty on the stroke of half-time. It was the first of three home ties in a row as fellow Premier League clubs Chelsea travelled north to Tyneside in round four. A 4 minute first half spell settled the encounter in the host's favour. Alexander Isak's opener quickly followed by Axel Disasi's own goal to secure a 2-0 victory. Brentford were the next to try and stop Howe's charges, but festive cheer came from the Toon Army, courtesy of a 3-1 result a week before Christmas. Sandro Tonali struck twice before the interval to put Newcastle in charge, and their advantage was later enhanced by Shah, leaving Johan Wies's stoppage time goal as little consolation for the Bees. North was pitted against South in the other side of the semi-final draw too, with the Magpies paired against Arsenal and sent to the Emirates Stadium for leg one. There they took a big step towards Wembley with unanswered strikes either side at half-time. Isak again breaking the deadlock and Anthony Gordon adding a second. And there was a similar story in the return at St James's, with Jacob Murphy increasing the aggregate lead to 3 in the 19th minute, and Gordon once more sealed a 2-0 win. So yeah, that's both their routes to the final. It looks like Newcastle have had it a lot harder, haven't they? They've had to play bloody Arsenal twice, and they've had to play Chelsea. You know, they've had it a lot harder, but they've got through, so we cannot underestimate them. They're a good side, they're a tricky side. If Alexander Isak's on form, it's not going to be an easy game. My prediction for the game, I'm going to go for 3-0 to Liverpool. I know I've just said it won't be an easy game, but I've got a funny feeling that the boys will be up for it after the two dominated games that PSG had over us in the Champions League. But it's not going to be easy. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle take the lead before half time. But I've got to go in confident. I hope the boys punish Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, I've nothing against Newcastle. I've got family that live in Newcastle. But at the end of the day, I've supported Liverpool since I was 2 years old. So, good luck, boys. You'll never walk alone. Take it easy.